Hey, what's up guys? I'm back again. We're going to be playing some Shaco in the jungle. Now, assassins have fallen completely out of favor in this meta. Not a lot of people play them. You understand why? Because they get completely demolished in the jungle. Evelyn, Shaco, just completely demolished. And right now I'm against the Lee Sin. That is, I'm going to get counter jungled a lot this game. And I fall behind very early, but I think that it goes okay. I wish it could have been better, but right now, as you can see, everyone is coming towards my blue buff because they want to get me behind as soon as they can. As soon as Shaco starts snowballing, the game goes incredibly in your favor. The same goes for Lee Sin. If he gets ahead, it is very hard to shut him down. Right now, we know they're all crowding around me. They're gonna start to try to keep me from getting my Gromp. It could have been avoided if this Heimerdinger would have gotten out of base. He's gonna be a big problem later on, I'm just gonna let you know that now. This guy absolutely hates me. I don't know why. I cannot even begin to tell you why. He starts just bitching about me being underleveled and getting counter-ganked and getting counter-jungled. There's nothing I can do. It's just how assassins work early game. Very weak early. As soon as they can get their ganks off, they can just start snowballing. Now, I'm going to speed it up a little bit here because what was really good for the bot lane that actually helped me, they leashed my blue buff and the Gromp, so they kept me from getting counter jungled. And the Lee Sin knew they were there, and that it kept him from going into a 1v3, but at least that way I got the blue and the Gromp. Now, I wanted to go for a level 2 gank, but since it's a Heimerdinger mid lane, it's gonna be hard to gank him with his turrets constantly pushing. I immediately get my red buff and head top because I think we can get a gank. But again, it's Aurelia and a Warwick top. He doesn't really have any CC until level 6. Head towards mid lane. I don't think anything happens because, again, I really don't like this Heimerdinger. It just from the beginning. He just starts bitching at me for no reason. Either way, I head towards bot lane. They know I'm coming, but they were immediately pushed. Thresh misses his hook. There's an ignite, and nothing comes out of it. I thought that was warded because she did that, but I believe I just get young scuds here, and I believe I go for another gank. Suspecting the Lee Sin to come around here, but we blew his flash. Bard's just going to be hopping all around the map. And I have to say something about Bard. As a support main, I fucking hate Bard. I can't play him. He is a very... You have to know what you're doing. Certain situations where he can work, but he is extremely counterintuitive to what you want to happen in your team comp. He does no damage. He only has one damaging ability, and his ult can completely fuck over your teammates. He's literally the trolliest of all the supports. That is just my opinion. I can easily get better with him if I played him a lot more. I just really don't like to. But either way, this was warded, and yet we still get off a very good gank. I get first blood. I wanted Vayne to get it, but I had to ignite, hoping that we get something done. Because that was an 8-minute first blood. Right now, this is where Heimerdinger just starts... He starts hating me because I'm level 4. And I couldn't really help that at all. Here, this huge fight breaks out. And I couldn't really do anything about it. I'm going to slow it down here because I believe they get my blue, which kind of sucks. I saw that coming. I'm going to rewind it a little bit. See what Warwick does. I believe he dives the tower with level 6, and really can't do that against Aurelia. That was mainly his fault. I couldn't really do anything there at all. Whoever placed that ward there, I wish it was on the blue instead, because then I would have gotten the timer and I would have known that he was getting it. I thought he was just going to back off the entire time. So, nothing really happening here. I'm going to start speeding it up. They know I'm here, so I don't think anything's going to happen. Thresh doesn't want to hook there, so we probably could have gotten something done. I come back in. We get the Lee Sin. Bard ults himself. This Vayne gets a double. So, Vayne is now... They won lane easily. Right here, this Heimerdinger is just... Well, okay. That happened. I actually didn't know that ever happened. So, Bard definitely did that to himself. That's the one thing about Bard. His magical journey can easily lead to his death if there is no vision to where he's going. So now I come up and get my red buff, and I want to go top, but this Warwick is immediately just going to keep pushing. And if you'll notice, he is not getting damage. He's going Tankwick, and I do not like Tankwick. Warwick really needs damage early. And he starts going Sunfire Cape, Frozen Gauntlets. He just does no damage at all. And it's a sad fact. Okay. Go back a little bit. Right here, Thresh gets a good hook. Bard dies. And he immediately kills his AD carry. If he only ulted them, only ulted the Vayne and Thresh, and didn't get Jinx into it, she would have lived. Right here, I am getting... this... Lee Sin almost kills me. I blow his flash for a second time, because this guy is just on my ass the whole entire game. Good thing, though, he was following me, because they had no vision of dragon, so we get first dragon. Warwick also gets a kill there. They're going to keep chasing, but nothing's going to happen. Because if you tower dive in Aurelia, you're going to die. Now bot lane, Vayne is just going to keep holding off Bard and Jinx, because I believe she can 2v1 them at this point. At least I'd hope so. This also isn't my duo. The Thresh and Vayne are our duos. I'm soloing right now because I need to practice jungle. Also a very good gank. I get the kill again. So right now, I am 2-0, which is very good for me because I was extremely behind in the beginning. Now I'm going to get another blue buff. I'm not going to give it to Heimerdinger because he's always standing here. He does not move up. He does not come over to try and take it, so that's just... I guess that's on him if he doesn't want it. I don't really care. He was just very toxic. Oh, and by the way, he said he wasn't helping on purpose. So I'm gonna rewind that, just to show you, just to show you how good that could have been. It's right here, because easily fought. He knows I'm coming in, and yeah. So don't be this guy. I'm just gonna tell you right now, please do not be this guy. There was no reason to not help me, and there was no reason to just be toxic for no reason. I said that twice, but it reiterates my point. Just, it's a team game. That's another thing I have a gripe with this game. It is extremely team-oriented, and it is extremely difficult to carry 4v5, 3v5 if you start siding with each other. I wasn't talking over that because it was plain to see that this Vayne is extremely fed now. 4-0 Vayne is very scary. I was not surprised that she can solo anyone at this point. Also not commentating over myself jungling because that's not very interesting. You know what Shaco does. Just goes around being a complete nuisance. Jump back a little bit, see what happens. Thresh gets a good hook. Bard misses his ult. Easy kills. Probably going to continue ranting about Bard because he's so situational. That's what pisses me off completely. He's so situational. It's more situational than blitz hooks or thresh hooks, because they can impact the game or a team fight and just win the game themselves. Bard can't do anything. He can't help the AD carry the games by themselves. That's just how I feel. I don't know how much better I can explain that besides I hate Bard. But it's my opinion. A lot of people do like him. And if I do get better at him, I'll probably look back at this video and say, well, I just wasn't good at him. Now, bot lane starts Dragon. I easily come in and kill the Lee. Thresh gets the kill on Jinx, but that's okay, and we get our second dragon. So we are up 2 dragons, about 5,000 gold. All of the outer turrets are destroyed, so this game is looking like a stomp. It's looking like it. But problems arise. Top lane outer turret's already taken, so now it's just 3-1. Bot lane and mid lane turrets are almost full health. I was never worried about Heimerdinger dying, although he has died once. He usually gets saved. Mostly never by me, but not really my problem. As you can see, I have a strongest hate for this guy. He's not a bad Heimerdinger. That was never the problem. But I digress. So, I'm going to talk a little more about Shaco. I probably should be doing that. I'll get used to that. Shaco... Yeah, so that happened. I'm going to pause it here. Shaco, you want to build damage. You obviously want to buy the Stalker's Blade with Warrior because the Ranger's Trailblazer doesn't really help Shaco. You can do it. You can definitely do it. I'm also going to skip back because I believe I just got about 3 kills there. 3 or 2, because I just killed the Lee. Right here I killed the Bard. Right here I just jumped straight into the Cassiopeia. Because I was sick of their mid lane. I was sick of both of the mid lanes. So right now I am 6-1. 6-1 in Shaco. You want to rush the Hydras, because with Hydras you clear camps instantly. That completely solves his jungling problem. I also get Moby boots because Shaco is all around the map. He is extremely good with Moby boots. You can build the attack speed boots, the Berserker's Greaves if you want, if you really need more attack speed. But with my runes, I believe I have 14% attack speed, so I was never worried about that. And with Hydras, camps are not a problem. You're also an assassin. You want to try and one-hit kill people. Right here, I just get demolished by Lee. If you notice that, Lee focusing me pretty hard. The Q shuts Shaco down extremely. Vayne also gets a double kill. I believe she gets a triple. So Vayne is 11-1 right now. I was clapping at how good she's been doing. Because at the end, I'm going to talk about her build. I'm going to talk a little bit about her build. It ends up working in her favor. I don't know how. But I believe she builds Warmogs and Frozen Mallet. I'm actually gonna look up to see if that is good on Vayne, because my duo's never done it. I've never seen other Vaynes do it, but she's doing extremely well with it. Okay, so as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by that Skype call. Right now, I'm taking Dragon because they can easily hold off their Lee, and having Dragon control as Shaco is extremely important, because stealing Dragon is easy. It's easy as Shaco. I can't do it here because their Lee had no control over it, which is also very good. You never want to give up Dragon control just so you can try to steal it. Obviously not a good idea. Right here, I thought we can do something, because Vayne comes in the back, starts shredding their back line. I go in, I kill their Jinx, but our Vayne just gets shit on. So do I, and so does Warwick. So right now, that was not very good for our team. Heimerdinger, if you'll notice, is slowly pushing top. That is what he's intent on doing the entire game from here on out, because that's just how he is. He does not want to help us. He does not want to do pretty much anything else. And Thresh is left alone, because now we lost both of our mid lane turrets. And here's what Heimerdinger's going to do. He's going to sit here, and he's going to wait for someone to come and kill him. Do not be this guy! I'm telling you right now, do not be this guy. I cannot tell you enough. But either way, as you can see, the entire team is going to kill Heimerdinger, which it's going to be difficult for them to do, because he shreds the Bard. I come in behind everyone else. I'm going to look at this here. I ult. We start shredding the Lee. I die, because they predicted which one was me. And nothing happens, because we're going to rewind. Rewind right now. Warwick was not in the fight, and Vayne stopped coming with us. She started to push out mid, which was not a good idea. I believe she could have at least gotten a double here. She actually probably could have killed them all, if she so desired. But either way, I believe she kills the Cass. Gets killed herself because of minions and poison, but that just happens when mid lane has poison. We're going to start speeding up here, because I don't believe much else happens. We're still 3 dragons up. We keep a 5,000 gold lead the most of the game. Right now, I am starting to build a static Shiv, because the critical hit, what's it called? You want to keep critting with Shaco. His Q gives a guaranteed crit. His auto attacks have incredible critical hit chance, and that is what makes Shaco Shaco. You're also going to notice Heimer He's in the bot lane, still pushing. And the entire team gets him. I try and tell the team, hey, push out top. Me and Warwick can try and get mid. We can't. I believe their entire team is going to now move top because we just keep split pushing. I go over and start jungling. I believe that was my bad. To be honest, I should have been pushing out bot. If I was pushing out bot, we probably could have gotten the bot lane turret and the inhibitor much sooner. Vayne solos the Aurelia, which is good. Me and Warwick get the cast, but we get demolished. And there's one thing you'll notice. Bard has Luden's Echo instead of building his support item, which I'm actually going to have to try that. That might be the way to get damage on Bard. Not going to comment anymore on how much I hate Bard, mainly because I suck as him. That was an amazing hook. They get Dragon, I believe. We get Dragon. I get Bard ulted. We do get the Aurelia, but nothing else really happens. Except Vayne gets the cast, but that's expected at this point. She's 16-3. I'm not very impressed by her kills anymore. Right now, I believe I told them to hold down mid. I'm going to start pushing bot now. I could have done it sooner, but right here they start splitting because Vayne wants the red, and they all come towards me. I didn't really want that to happen. I wanted them to all stay mid. But either way, they start just chasing the Bard. I do too, but that's just because I'm greedy at this point. I really want this game to end, because the longer it drags out, the less kill potential Shaco really has. He may get more items, but as an assassin jungle, you fall off late game, usually no matter what. That's just how I feel. Warwick starts chasing Jinx. Actually, all three of us start chasing Jinx. I completely forgot about that because... well, I'm not even going to commentate on the Heimer anymore. Right now, I knew that was going to be a trap. Like, I completely knew it. But I did not know his magical journey there was going to be up again in, like, I don't know, what was that? 8 seconds? I thought I had a much longer cooldown. They start trying to Baron. That was a dumb call. Just straight up, that was a very bad call. I don't know. He was trying to get Baron to aggro onto him, I guess, and now Warwick couldn't save the Thresh. They're not going to do Baron again because they know we have vision on it. But yeah, game kind of drags on now. I solo the Cassiopeia. Let's jump back a little bit. Let's solo the Cassiopeia because I got a BF and a pickaxe. I'm starting to build a late game Infinity Edge. If you want, you can build a defensive item, but I feel like we're so far ahead in the game, I didn't really need defensive items. So I'm just going to straight up build an Infinity Edge. I push out mid, I get the mid turret. I wanted the inhibitor, but Aurelia and Lee were coming. I almost die. And now, I actually do die, because it was at that point that I realized I fucked up. Bard had Luden's Echo for a long time, and I just didn't notice it. I thought he had no power whatsoever. Now Vayne starts ripping their team apart until she didn't grab the lantern. She probably could have just disengaged the entire fight. Oh, this was a not a tough game, but it was kind of exhausting. We could have easily ended it a long time ago if Heimerdinger just grouped with us. He has never grouped with us, and besides the point where I tried to go push out bot and there was 4 mid, he was never with us, and it slows us down incredibly. I believe we're coming up to the final fight, because right now, we draw everyone to Heimerdinger. Lee Sin is out of the fight. Aurelia is out of the fight. I'm almost out of the fight, but I kill the Aurelia. Vayne is 1v3ing right now and ripping them apart. I want the Bard, but Vayne also gets the Cassiopeia. Bard's just gonna get out of there. So I believe right there is when the game ends. They're gonna surrender because they are so far behind. I don't think it would have been worth it to keep going. And I hope you guys liked that game. It was pretty tough. It was pretty tough to keep going with it. I wanted it to end much earlier. I was so far behind in the beginning, but then my bot lane helped me get back. And the Thresh, I really liked the Thresh. He was very helpful. Even though he missed some stuff, he was very helpful in keeping me from getting counter jungled and keeping me from getting killed inside my own jungle. So I hope you guys like the game. I'm going to try to put up some more assassin jungles and tank jungles, whatever you guys feel like watching. So I like jungling on my own. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye-bye!